Het is jammer dat het niet erbij is. Moet jij zijn taak overnemen?
Dat gaan we proberen, ja. Dus het is heel jammer dat...
Hi, I'm Jason Sumner with Velo News TV. We're back here with Chris Horner at the start of Stage 4 in Wee. Chris, tell me about how's the hand doing? You went down again.
Yeah, I thought I busted the pinky. It seems to be just dislocated. A team doctor sent me over to the hospital. We went to see a specialist that was going to pin it last night, do an operation and pin it and stuff. Same thing, the specialist, when he looked at it, was like, oh yeah, we're going to have to operate on it and pin it, but let's do an x-ray first. So they did the x-ray and they're like, oh, it's just dislocated, so you got off lucky. So they do a couple yanks, pull it back into place, tape it up, send me home.
Yeah.
But once again, I get back to the hotel at 10 o'clock and no time to sit on the bed, just time to eat and go back to bed. So the days are starting to catch up, but I'm not getting any kind of recovery. That's the problem with the tour. You got plenty of time to recover between stages when everything's perfect, but when things start to go wrong, like they did yesterday and the day before yesterday, you start getting multiple days of the snowball effect just getting bigger and bigger. But the hand's swollen and beat up a little bit, taped and all that kind of stuff, but I think it'll work, so we're going to go ahead and give it a go. Unfortunately, yesterday, though, we lost Freddie, too, to a big crash, and I think Eric Decker also went down and had some major facial injuries, too. So yesterday was just a crazy day in general for the tour.
Tell me, 2 days ago, you crashed in a ditch. Where'd you crash yesterday?
More or less a ditch again.
Okay.
I was passing in the what we'd consider a gutter, but it's here in Holland. It's just bricks for the gutter. And all day long, it'd been that way along the side of the road. It's been fairly decent area to pass on. It's been clean and all that stuff. And then evidently we must have either had a budget issue in the town, or we went from one town to another, and one town wanted to pave it and the other town didn't, because then the gutter ran out. So I don't know if it's a money issue or a district issue, but the gutter ran out, and I think it was Stewie in front of me. He went into the dirt and crashed. And then I tried to get up onto the grass, but as soon as I tried to get up on the grass, the wheels came out from underneath me, and then I crashed just basically in the gravel and concrete there.
Okay. Did you get a chance to talk to Fred? I guess he didn't have any broken bones, but I heard a concussion. Yeah. That was sort of the late word. Yeah,
luckily he didn't have anything broken and stuff. He's going to be okay. He's got a concussion that he's dealing with, but small facial problems, a little bit of stitches right here next to the chin and stuff, but nothing too serious at the moment. So, hopefully nothing too serious. It looks really good. He's on his way home though, so he'll relax for a few days and then come back to racing later.
How big a loss is he to the team? Obviously, he was Cadell's main man, or excuse me, Robbie McEwen's main man for the sprints.
Yeah, it's a big loss already with the team that we have. If Cadell goes good in GC, it's going to be a huge loss to miss one more rider. For right now, for the sprints and stuff, it's definitely going to be a big loss. Robbie's good at doing it on his own, but Freddie was really good at saving him the energy to get him up there right into the final, so Robbie didn't have to waste any energy before that, and that is a crucial point. So hopefully someone else can fill in that role, but Freddie does that role really, really good. So it's going to be a big loss to the team. Maybe cost us a win or two here or there. So hopefully we see, maybe we can make it up with some other rider, but we don't know yet.
Okay, last one. What do you see happening today? It looks like a pretty straightforward one, but it's a Tour de France, so it's never as straightforward as it looks.
Yeah, it's never as straightforward as it looks. And that's the fact when you're at the Tour de France, you got GC guys fighting with sprinters because no one can afford to lose their time. And a stage like yesterday, I mean, GC guys would be just more than happy to sit back if they could, but you can't sit back on those roads. And so everyone's fighting, we're curb to curb, and sometimes like the option that I took is the only option to get yourself to the front to avoid a split and lose time. A day like yesterday, that move cost me any chance of GC. And today is same thing. We're going to come into small roads there at the finish. There's a little bit of a hill. I don't know how steep it's going to be in the last K. So if riders start sitting up, you're going to lose time again. So now, of course, my GC's not in threat, but now I'm still working for Cadell, so I still need to be at the front. It's not like now, oh, I can sit back. You still got to fight to be at the front because I got Cadell to look after.
Okay, I lied. One more. Those roads, do they belong in the Tour de France? A couple people yesterday were saying to me, your team director, Mark Sargent, one of them, that maybe parkour like that just doesn't have a place in this race.
I think they do. I think it's bike racing. I mean, especially European bike racing. Those are some incredible classic roads. And even before I crashed, I remember thinking, wow, this is, in order to win this Tour this year, you're going to have to be a real complete rider to be able to make it through the classic stages like we're experiencing yesterday, and a lot of these flatter stages in the mountains. But I think they do. It's not, I don't believe in like the pave. You don't need the cobblestones and stuff like that. But certainly a course like yesterday, if you want to win and you got a strong team, you just put them on the front and keep you out of trouble.
Okay. Chris, keep the jersey clean, take care of that hand, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow with no more injuries.
Thanks.
All right. Hi, I'm Jason Sumner with Velo News TV. We're here today with Team CSC mechanic Roger Thiel. Roger, you're going to tell us about the different wheel choices your riders have on each day. Let's start over here. What do we got?
Yeah, I can. This is a 303 sip wheel, and this is a 404 sip wheel over here.
Okay.
The difference between the two wheels are the high from the rim. That means the higher you have the rim, the more you can save energy. But mean also the higher the rim, more material, it's more weight. That means when you use a rim, go a little bit smaller, you can go better in the mountain. But when you have a stage, it's flat, you use the rim, you can go to 808. 808 rim, it's like this, okay. High, and you can go very fast and can use a lot of power, save a lot of energy. Yeah, this is the biggest difference between the rims.
On any given day, do all the riders ride the same wheel, or does each one do they all have their own preferences from one day to the next?
Yeah, everybody come to us in the evening and tell us what they want, but the most of them, they ride today with the 404 sip wheels. Some of them, Jens Voigt, ride with the 808 back wheel. Because yeah, he is strong and it's a big guy and he go very fast. You see it yesterday, he was in a breakaway.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, and yeah, in the front he go with a 4-4 because sometimes you have wind and it's difficult to manage with a handlebar and with the corners. This is easier. You go with a 4-4 in the front.
Okay. Yesterday's stage, yes. Pretty rough. A lot of crashing, some rough roads. You probably had to change a lot of tires.
We have one front wheel. Was flat and yeah, Stewie was in a crash. Mm-hmm. Bad luck and yeah, was a rim broken, but nothing more, nothing special.
Okay. Yeah. Just another day at the Tour de France.
Yes.
Okay, that's all for now. Stay tuned for more from the Tour de France.
Vamos a esperar primero la primera metro de... I think I need to sign first, otherwise... I think I need to sign in first, otherwise they get a penalty.
Yeah, no worries.
Sure. They have to go out one day or another. It all comes out, so they have to fight again and they have to check and they have to check more. And yes, I believe.
But is it realistic to think that UCI can keep track of, I don't know, 600 riders and know where they are at all times?
I suppose it's realistic. We're 600 riders, but we are talking about big riders. We are talking about how many riders in each team. We are talking about 2-3 riders who are big names. It cannot be that problem. Those guys, we have to make a list of where do they stay every day of the year. The best thing they can do is do out of competition controls. We support that. We as the doctor of the team, we support. The more the better. They cannot do anything then because they can be checked every day.
Be like this Tour de France is right now is going like formation of a new leader, of a new king of the Tour de France, and so the race is quite open. And so far nobody wants to take responsibility. to play that role. So it's just kind of trying, trying. Everyone try the other one.
So it's just tactically, there's a lot of improvising going on. People saying, "Oh, he's going, so I have to go."
Yeah, exactly. There's a few guys who wants to win, or a few guys who will be holding this position of leadership. But all those guys or all those teams just try to stay in a second position. So that's the only thing they try to do now.
And for yourself, I mean, not being able to ride last year, it must mean a lot to have come back this year for your 15th?
Yeah, this is my 15th tour. Yeah, unfortunately, last year I missed the last Tour de France of Lance Armstrong, and so I'm happy this year I'm back, and I'm happy that the team is still doing well, and we're still having hope to win overall. So it's quite interesting to be in Tour de France, or in a different Tour de France. In 7 years, in 7 years we used to do certain things, but now we should play a little different, and it's something that keeps your motivation up.
And your interest, I bet.
Yeah. I mean, when you're back in the race and you know there's always room for you, so it keep you going.
Thank you. Just real, the cast ruling came down a little while back. Then new allegations come out, or I don't know if you can call them allegations, but new circumstances surrounding Tyler Hamilton. Does it change the way at all you feel about what happened in Athens, and would you maybe even pursue further action regarding that race and its outcome?
Well, regarding my gold medal, I totally disagree with IOC decision made on September 23rd, 2004. Secondly, they position about no one has the power to pursue the IOC instead of VADA and UCI. I think it's not right. It's not right because the IOC people, they're still people like we are, so they may make mistake too.
Sure.
And if your case just depend on the big organizations like WADA and UCI, you're just a small guy in this, so maybe they don't even see you. And so this decision is totally not right to me. And secondly, okay, now with a new allegation against Taylor and against all these things, I still hope I will get my gold medal back. But the case is pretty much done.
So you feel real strongly. You call it your gold medal. That's a pretty strong statement.
Well, I still, for me it's clear if you have A sample is positive and B sample is being destroyed. So you can always do a DNA test and just to figure out that a B sample is the same blood as an A sample. So it's so easy. I don't know. I mean, in my head, I stay as Olympic gold medalist.
If you had a chance to talk to Tyler right now, what would you say to him?
What I can say to him, I don't know. I have nothing against Taylor Hamilton. I just totally disagree with the system around the doping scandal or position of the IOC and things like that. Taylor is he's an athlete, and if he makes any guilty, he's doing himself defending. So, but all the things around should be changed.
Fair enough. Good luck today. Thanks.
103, nous aurons ensuite un deuxième sprint de bonification au kilomètre 135 et l'arrivée. La flèche wallonne qui avait vu la victoire d'Alejandro Valverde. Donc de la formation Kenzepan et Balear, puisque hier, Valverde a chuté. Voilà, bien oui, on va vous souhaiter à toutes et à tous une très agréable journée. Discovery Channel avec un CV2 et à la signature, vous qui êtes restés, On applaudit l'Amérique, adoré par tout un peuple, donc qui évidemment va l'accompagner. Le public fait pause avec le champion du monde. Et il est vrai que c'est un champion du monde. Garde le maillot jaune de Tom Bonnen. Heidi, ça ne déplairait pas de le porter une fois, lui qui a ramené 2 fois de manière définitive le maillot jaune. Tous les coureurs ont signé la feuille de départ. Non, on attend qui? Floyd Landis, le coureur américain, attendu également Matthias Kessler. Le voilà, le vainqueur de l'étape d'hier.
Ça va?
Ça va, on va encore avoir une petite bière. Salut. Le compte de piste, des bordons. Hey! Well done, mate. It's fucking good. Robbie, let's go.
Julian, a fantastic lead up on the inside of that course, going as hard as you can. We saw you swing off. Can you explain to us what happened just after that?
Oh, not really. I sort of got to 250 metres and then I pulled off. And then because of a hug on the inside, you know, I left room for Thor to go inside me. And then someone bumped me from the left, coming past me, and I just went down.
Yeah, it's hard to look around after. I'm sure you were spent mentally and physically. You think someone just like hit your handlebars when they were trying to come past you?
Yeah, that's all it was. I think they came past me and then they saw Thor and the other guys going on the inside, and they went to cross in front of me and just bumped my handlebars and dropped it to the ground.
You've had your fair of injuries throughout the years. Are you okay after falling down right now?
Yeah, I feel okay at the moment. I'll just go back to the hotel and get showered up and cleaned up, and should be okay tomorrow, I think.
All right, thanks.
Oh, well, when I looked in the race book at this stage and I saw the profile of the last kilometre, I knew it was perfect for me. Something that's sort of 2 to 3% gradient uphill. It suits my characteristics perfectly. Also, the fact there was a very slight curve that, you know, I looked in the book and it looked like the perfect place to launch the sprint. So I was able to use my teammate Gert Steegmans just perfectly. I was able to talk him all the way into it. He pulled the sprint from about 450 to go, just went on the right side, which I thought would be completely open because of the corner. He just pulled it to perfection, right to 200, right into the little curve, and I took off around the outside of him there and got a gap immediately. I felt the last 100 metres I was dying, but nobody was coming, and I'd done enough, and it's just fantastic.
Even though you're missing Fred Rodriguez today, the work of your teammates seems maybe the best ever.
Yeah, well, we came here with Gert Steegmans, and the team directors wanted to give him the chance to come to the Tour, and he was very motivated to come, but he's never ridden at this level before. He's incredibly strong, but at this level, you say relatively inexperienced, and it was almost a bit of an experiment, and I've been using Rodriguez, and he's been doing it really well. But today, Gert got his chance to really prove himself and show the world what he can do, and I think there's quite a bit of pressure went straight onto him because he was now the last man. There's so much counting on him, but he just did it perfectly, and he can be really happy with himself, and he did a great job.
Final question, Robbie. Now you have the green jersey, which was your objective. You're also closing in on the yellow jersey. Would that be in your thoughts tomorrow? No,
if that was in my thoughts, I would have hung on to the group of Husov yesterday and lost less seconds. But once I got dropped on the Cowbird yesterday, I just sat up because I don't want to waste energy chasing the yellow. And although it would be nice to wear it if it came, it wouldn't be a good tactic for our team. We've got Cadel Evans riding for the general classification, and we can't afford to offer up our whole team in the first week just to parade around in a yellow jersey. So I intentionally didn't make it a priority.
Thanks and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Robbie. Robbie, I tell you what, tense moments yet again today. Julian Dean goes down in the middle, but you seem to be perfectly placed. Other than the obvious fact that you won, how'd the final sprint set up for you?
Well, I've been setting up this sprint since last Wednesday when I first saw the road book. But really this morning and during the stage, I was telling Gert Stegmans, who was my last man today, I was telling him exactly what I wanted to do. And I said, that's our plan, we're going to stick with it. Because should something crazy happen, we'll change it. But I said to him, when we come up into the final, it's slight uphill, it's perfect for me. There's a slight curve at 200. And I told him I wanted him to hang back, just take it easy, stay out of the wind, and then imagine that his finish line was at 200 to go. So he went from just outside 400, he passed the whole bunch on the right side. Because I said to him, keep to the right because it's going to open up on that side for sure because it curves to the left. He rounded everybody up and just went past them like a TGV, and I could take off in the corner and got a gap. And actually I didn't dare looking back to see if I had a gap. I felt like I was starting to blow up, but nobody came and the team did a great job.
A lot of people have been making a big deal about a number of GC contenders falling by the wayside, but the sprinting field is as strong as ever. How would you rate this year's tour so far, not just for yourself, but for the other sprinters you're battling with?
I think it's one of the toughest tour fields I've seen. I mean, the tour is always super competitive. Of course, the one guy we're missing is Pataki, and that then you put in another one of the very best ones. And I think it's, you sort of look at myself, Pataki, Boonen. Probably the top three, I guess, over the last sort of year or so. But for the rest, I mean, it's a really top quality field and makes it even nicer to win here.
Congratulations on win number 2.
Thanks.
Robbie, 10 Tour de France.
Well, I just explained. I think Robbie is one of the greatest sprinters of his time, and always in the big races like Giro, Tour. That environment is apparently the environment he needs to win and to go 100%. Well, up to now we didn't spend too much energy. We put Van Zevenand up there, and if it's necessary on summer, and maybe some other guys if it's really necessary. But we save some energy to help Cadel afterwards also. I think I'm expressing the same thing which Robbie thinks. If I'm saying we see it in Paris, we're gonna go for another victory, and then green jersey comes itself. Well, he has a lot of experience, and that counts too. But like we saw today, I don't know how much. He had at least 10 meters at the second, I think. So, and then a sprint like this one, it can count.
Mark, real quick, an injury update on Fred and Chris.
Well, apparently Chris went fine, didn't complain, and Fred he went to Barcelona where he lives in Europe, and. It was sad to see him leave.
Fair enough. Thanks.
That's good. It's good for his morale.
It's not usual to see Discovery riders in front during the first week in the breakaways. Is that a change of your strategy or just the fact of the course today?
No, it's not usual to see Discovery without Lance Armstrong in the Tour de France. That's the big difference. And now, every single chance we have, we will try.
Excellent.
Congratulations. How? We talked yesterday about different guys would be stepping up. Was today? Did you expect Egoy to be out there?
No, I didn't expect that at all. We didn't talk about it. We just said in the meeting that we had to make sure that there was never a big breakaway up the road without somebody from us. And in the beginning, there was like 20 riders, and Egoy was one of them. And then at the end, only 5 riders stayed in front, and I guess he was in there by coincidence.
And again, another good day for the team, obviously, led by his ride. Does that do anything more for the team's confidence?
It's definitely, whenever in the Tour de France, whenever you can show yourself, it's at the entire world is looking. So for today was Ego's day, and he moves up in 5th place overall now. So it's really good for him.
Johan?
Yeah, I'm long enough in this business to know it's more than difficult now.
Dankeschön.
Okay, thank you.
Ein Wort zur morgigen Etappe. Jetzt erst recht.
Hey Stuart, how's the injury and how did it react today?
I've definitely had better days, that's for sure. That was a very, very painful day. But you know, I didn't want to pull out without having a go, and you know, the doctors did a lot of work last night. The osteos did a lot of work for hours last night and this morning, and to be honest, I was saying, yeah, I'll be okay, but you know, deep down I thought it wasn't going to be possible, but managed to get through today. Luckily I wasn't too hilly. You know, every heel really hurts every time I get out of the seat. It's like a knife going in the back, so we'll just take it day by day, see how we go.
How will you get through the coming days if you look at tomorrow?
Oh man, I think I've got through the worst, and that was today, you know. The first day is always the worst one, and hopefully now the muscles have loosened up a bit so we can do a bit more work tonight with the chiropractors, and we'll just take it day by day.
Thank you.